Here's another question for you. Have the Diamondbacks lost since the last time we did a show? Obviously not. Why would they lose a game?
Boy, how beautiful is that right now? The Arizona Diamondbacks on a roll. Dangerous, dangerous team.
In fact, they haven't lost since we did a show last Monday, to be honest. Just
How's
cruising.
that feel, Basinonians?
Just cruising right through Boston. I know yesterday they were down. Merrill Kelly had a rough start, and he still got the win. They were able to rally. It's their third time this season they've come back from down 4 or more in a game to win. But by and large, just kind of cruised right through Fenway Park. Like it's not a big deal to just go into Fenway and sweep the Red Sox.
Yeah, we're going to get into this a little bit more in detail at some point in time, brothers. But right now, you just look at the Diamondbacks and you think of what happened in Tampa Bay. You think of what happened with the Rays and the fact they got swept. And they got beat in every way you could possibly imagine, I think, by the Tampa Bay Rays and swept in that series. And yet, somehow, some way, I think it has benefited them. That's just me. This is my belief. I don't know what they would say in there, but it's always a great reminder. It is. It's not like they went out and looked at the Rays and said, oh, my goodness, we're going to go on and we're going to roll right through the Tampa Bay Rays. No, they didn't do that. They just didn't play the kind of baseball that we have seen them play over the last 2 months in particular. And I think it's just a great reminder to us all. Humility is a wonderful master.
We were talking about this in the pre-show meeting, prehab, as it's now known on the show. And I was looking to see, okay, man, Torey Lovullo's got to be maybe the overwhelming favorite to win Manager of the Year in the National League, right? When you consider so many, like what you're saying, okay, you get swept by Tampa Bay, well, then you just don't lose again after that. Anytime there's been a problem identified this season, they have seemingly fixed it pretty quickly, whether it was not scoring late in games, there are a million things. I could rattle them off and we would be late to break, and I don't want to do that. I was looking at his odds. He's not even on the board. Like, if you were in Vegas, you couldn't even bet on Torey Lovullo to win Manager of the Year.
That's stunning to me.
And
that is stunning to me.
I don't really get it, because you could bet on pretty much every American League manager, but in the National League, they have Pat Murphy of the Brewers heavily favored. He's like the overwhelming favorite. Okay, fine. And then Mike Schultz for the Padres, Rob Thompson for the Phillies, Carlos Mendoza for the Mets. You can't even bet on Torey Lovullo. Should Torey Lovullo not be National League Manager of the Year when you consider all the injuries that he's had to navigate in the division he's in? Not to take anything away from Pat Murphy, but Milwaukee's not working their way through the NL West.
Totally agree with everything you're saying right there. Again, 34-13 in their last 47 games since July 1. Think about that for a minute. 34-13. The last 2 months right now, we're getting ready to move into September. Oh my goodness, here we go. This is gonna be a wild ride, man. This is gonna be fun. Hold on to your butts, Basinonians, but it's gonna be fun. 34-13 in their last 47 games since July 1. 19 games over 500 right now. 18-3-3 in their last 24 series, and they are 49-24 in their last 73 games. 49-24. Luke, that's 671, by the way. That is a 671 win percentage over that period of time, which is better than anybody in baseball. This is why I say it was a good reminder. It was a good reminder, and it wasn't like, again, they weren't trying, Luke, in Tampa Bay. They weren't trying. They were, we're so good. Are you kidding? No, that's not what I'm saying. But there's intensity, and then there's intensity, and we all know the difference, right?
So what are they, 26 games above 500 since the start of June?
Man.
Okay. To put that in perspective, the team with the best record in baseball is the Dodgers, and they are 25 games above 500 for the season. So, when you go back to the start of June, this is, by most metrics, the best team in baseball. They've even kind of put a little distance, between themselves and the Padres, because the Padres had the audacity to lose a couple games.
Padres.
So I don't know what they're doing. The Diamondbacks 3 games out of first in the NL West, which is first in all of baseball.
Man, honestly, and it's so incredible, too, because like we were talking about in prehab, Basinonians, we were talking about the fact, how many people are hurt right now that are really good players, by the way. I'm talking about good players, really good players. Talking about all-stars, dare I say, MVP candidates.
If you just think about last week, okay, you're coming off of getting swept by the Rays. It's the first time you've been swept in a 3-game series in over 4 months at that point, okay? You're in the midst of a 9-game road trip. You don't totally know who your closer is. I mean, I'm going back a week. I think Justin Martinez is pretty clearly the closer now. But, I mean, even he came in. Immediately gives up a home run yesterday just to kind of remind us all that he could do that. You have all that. You're navigating the whole Jordan Montgomery thing. You have no Ketel Marte, no Christian Walker, Gabby Moreno, and all you do last week is go 6-0.
Yeah.
And I get it. Okay, you beat the Marlins. Cool. To sweep right through Fenway like it's not a big deal is not normal.
Yes, it is not normal right there. And that's why, once again, I know we're going all over the place, but this is the idea of this first beautiful part of the program right here. The fact that you can go all over the place right now. Ryan Nelson, of all the names, of everything that happened, okay, I realize, oh my goodness, Zach Gallen took the ball and looked like Zach Gallen, did he not?
That was maybe the most beautiful. Encouraging thing all weekend, honestly.
But my favorite start was Ryan Nelson. It was him and what he did. Everything that was swirling around Ryan Nelson. Stop and think about it. Was there a lot of juice going on around that? Hey, Ryan, you know what? You might want to take the ball right here, and maybe if you go out there and you go lights out like you have been, maybe we're going to keep you in this rotation. And we'll take Jordan Montgomery. Just everything personally that was going on for Ryan Nelson in this game. To start it off, a 3-game series in Fenway against the Red Sox, who there were 8 games over 500 at that point in time, right? You were talking about a good baseball team, a solid baseball team for sure. Took the ball and started it right. But the best part about it was the fact he actually gave up back-to-back doubles to start the game. If you go
and
back...
And then settled in.
And then he settled in. Do you know how difficult that is? The respect that I have for him taking the ball in that situation, going out there. Oh, by the way, his team scores 2 runs in the top of the first, and all of a sudden you take the ball and you give up back-to-back doubles. It's a 2-1 game. You haven't recorded an out yet. And what did he do? He overcame that. I'm telling you, there's something about this kid.
There's one team in baseball that scored 700 runs, and it's the Diamondbacks, 701 runs this season. The next closest National League team is the Dodgers, 648. Not even close.
Wait a minute. Say that again, Luke.
Not even close.
You said 701 runs the Diamondbacks have scored.
Number 2 in the National. So that's number 1 in all of baseball, okay? The Diamondbacks. Number 2 in all
By the way, is Ketel Marte?
No.
Is he?
No.
What about Christian Walker?
Nope, not playing.
Oh, my gosh.
Number 2 in the National League, though, is 53 runs behind them. Now, number 2 in all of baseball.
I got to tell you right now, I did not know that.
I didn't know that until we started this segment.
I did not know that.
No.
I am blown away by that.
The Yankees are number 2 in all of baseball, but they're not even really close. They're at 669. The Diamondbacks are at 701 runs. This is a team that wasn't supposed to be built on offense.
Okay. Are you feeling it now? I'm just saying.
It's a good way to start a Monday.
Starting to feel it right now.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.